life's precious moments. From the moment you enter our doors, met with kindness and care. Our reception area is designed to be more than just a waiting room. It is a place of calm, thoughtfully created to ease the weight of grief. In our private conference room, conversations are guided by empathy. Here, our client experience coordinators sit beside you, not just across the table to help plan a service that truly reflects your loved one's story. Whether it's a traditional farewell or a personalized celebration of life, we take time to understand your wishes and offer thoughtful guidance. At the heart of our organization is a dedicated manager who ensures that everything runs smoothly, from the smallest detail to the final farewell. We understand that choosing a casket or a coffin is a deeply personal decision. In our selection room, we provide a calm, respectful environment where families can take their time and explore options that reflect their loved one's life, beliefs, and preference. Our spacious chapel is where memories are honored and lives are celebrated. Designed with serenity and warmth, it provides a welcoming space for families and friends to come together in reflection and remembrance. For families choosing cremation, we offer on-site professional cremation services in a setting that upholds dignity, peace, and confidentiality. Our crematorium offers a seamless and respectful burial, giving families flexibility while maintaining the highest standard of care.
The smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning, and welcome to the morning show here on Tobago Updates Television. It is Monday, the 8th day of September 2025, and we're coming to you live from the Port Mall here in Scarborough, Tobago. I am Adana Kumbi. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. It's back to school, yes. Finally, it's back to school for all children in Trinidad and Tobago. Our children make their way back to school today, and I know that some of them are looking forward to it, to reconnecting with their friends whom they have not seen for the entire July-August vacation. Some are a little bit apprehensive. Some are wondering what is happening this morning. Mommy, must I go to school? But yes, you must, because the Secretary of Education is listening to us this morning, and she wants all of her children in school today, especially in the Tobago instance. How about you over there in Trinidad? What are you doing this morning? Are your children already on their way to school? Remember, drivers, that the traffic this morning on the road might be a little bit more heavy, so be a bit more patient and more tolerant. In fact, if you can leave home a little bit earlier, then so do. We're so happy that you're with us this morning and that you can go through the conversations with us. And as we go, before we get into the conversations, rather, we have to head on over to the news in 90 seconds.
Thank you, Adana. Here is your news in 90 seconds for Monday, 8 September 2025. Secretary of Education, Research and Technology, Zarisha Hackett, has confirmed that Tobago schools were excluded from the 50 schools selected for the government's new oriented policing initiative. Education Minister Michael Dowlat confirmed that the program will deploy police, some armed, to high-risk schools with additional patrols for others. Hackett said Tobago's needs will be discussed in a September 11th meeting with the ministry officials. Tutor Tobago officer Braden Roberts warned that the initiative may trigger confrontation, stressing that illiteracy and positive discipline should be addressed instead. Up next, Caribbean Airlines pilot Captain Daniel Calwell was rescued on Sunday morning during a multi-agency police operation in Maraval. The coordinated effort involving the Anti-Kidnapping Unit, IATF, SIU, Port of Spain and the Western Division Task Forces and the Air Support Unit met armed resistance. One suspect was shot, later died, while 3 others were detained. 2 suspects remain on the run in the nearby forested areas. Commissioner of Police Alistair Govero praised the officers' bravery and warned criminals that kidnapping will not be tolerated. And finally, with Tobago Carnival less than a month away, band leaders report strong costume sales and active preparations, even as the Tobago House of Assembly has yet to announce a budget, launch day, or key plans. Iconic Mass President Dexter Sandy says male sections are nearly sold out, while Fog Angels reports heavy early interest from locals and visitors. Jade Monkey Mass is banking on a new feature like a brunch zone. Despite momentum, stakeholders warn that limited airlifts remain a major challenge for the festival's growth. And that was your news in 90 seconds.
Thank you, Brianna, for our news there in 90 seconds. And we head on over to our birthday shout-outs. And of course, you know, we do enjoy a birthday shout-out. And this morning we say happy birthday to Lindy Boucher. Lindy Boucher is celebrating a birthday today. And we say happy birthday to you. We pray God's blessings upon your life. And we hope that you have an amazing birthday today. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Mr. Walt Reed. He also is celebrating a birthday today, and we say happy birthday to you. We pray God's blessings upon your life, and we hope that you have a wonderful, amazing birthday as well. Rhea Clark is also celebrating, and we say happy birthday to Rhea, and we do hope that as you step into this new season, this new chapter of your life, that you experience the blessings of God that make rich and add no sorrow to it. Yolanda Job Summer, she also is celebrating a birthday today, and we say happy birthday to you. We do pray God's blessings upon your life, and we hope that as you enter this new phase that you find divine purpose upon your life, and we hope that you have an amazing birthday today. Almal Gordon, this is a belated birthday. She celebrated yesterday, and we say happy birthday to Almal Gordon. She's heading off to school this morning as well, as school teacher. So happy birthday to you, and we do hope that you enjoy the new school term. Happy birthday to you. And while we are celebrating this morning, we want to feature this morning Assemblyman Megan Morrison. Her district market day took place yesterday. Yes, in her district, she gave out Loaves of Love is the event. Her district market day taking place there yesterday in the Mount St. George area. She was able to assist residents in her area, Mount St. George Goodwood district, with bread, market produce, you know, and it really was an amazing event. And we must say thank you to the assemblyman and of course the team there helping the members of the district, Mount St. George Goodwood. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in studio with me is Mr. Akinlabi Holder. Good morning, Akinlabi, and welcome.
Adela. Good morning. How are you?
Okay, I'm seeing some specs I haven't seen before. These new specs this morning, brand new specs
I got them over the weekend.
This morning, right? Looking dapper, All right, Akinlabi, so what do we have on our program for this morning?
Okay, so this morning we're having conversations with acting ASP Mahalia Bacchus, and she's going to give us the TTPS updates as well as the back-to-school safety tips. And then we go on to speak to Ms. Jada Hamilton, who's a national under-21 netballer, and also Ms. Kiko Roy, who's also an under-21 national netballer. And they're going to be talking about the road to the 2025 World Cup. And finally, we're going to be having on some promoters who are going to be talking about Tobago Lima's Carnival band launch for Tobago Carnival 2025.
All right, thank you so much, Akinlabi. Right, I almost give you another name this morning. Viewers, we do hope that you could stay with us throughout the entire programming this morning as we have the conversations. Of course, you do know that you can leave your comments on our Facebook live stream and our YouTube channel. So whether you're viewing right here in Tobago, Trinidad, the Caribbean region, the United States of America, Canada, whether you are in the United Kingdom, in Australia, Asia, Africa, wherever you are this morning, we say thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day, a part of your morning as you get to work and get stuff done. So for those of you viewing on AMPLIA 102, whether you're viewing on Flow 120 or 131, we welcome you this morning and we ask you to help us. Share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
Are you in a dispute with a registered investment service provider of the TTSEC? Or maybe you're the victim of an investment scam? You can lodge a complaint or submit an anonymous tip to the Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission. Download our Investor Protection app or go to ttsec.org.tt to access our complaint form or submit an anonymous tip. Write a clear summary of your complaint. Submit copies of supporting documents along with the originals for verification. Provide a copy of the feedback received from the entity regarding your complaint. All investor complaints or scam reports submitted by the public are acknowledged and reviewed by the TTSEC. Investigations are pursued based on the outcome of the review. Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission, protecting the interests of investors and the public. You invest, we protect. Everyone benefits.
The event of this century is here.
AMPLIA.
100 years of excellence to honor the past and ignite the future. Saturday, September 30th at the Magdalena. The Centennial Gala, hosted by Bishop's High School Tobago. An all-inclusive evening of entertainment, culinary delights, and timeless vibes. And at midnight, raise your glass as we welcome the next 100 years. Limited early bird tickets, $750. Secure yours at islandetickets.com. An all-white affair. One night, one century, one legacy.
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up below. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO, and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Skibidoo bang bang. Yours truly Juby representing for Neon, a tribal affair by Highlighter Entertainment. We are here.
Tobago, are you ready? Highlighter Entertainments. Neon, a tribal affair. Costume sales are live. Register now at highlighterentertainment.com. This is Carnival meets culture. Rhythm meets rebellion. Neon is calling. And your moment is now. Light up the night.
I jamming on the pavement with Neon.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning show here on Tobago Updates Television, and thank you so much for staying with us. Well, it's Monday morning, and on top of that, it's back to school. And how can we do back to school if we don't talk to the TTPS? This morning in studio with us is Acting ASP Mahalia Bacchus of the TTPS this morning, going to give us the crime updates and, of course, our back to school tips. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Adana, and thank you for such a lovely welcome.
Of course, and I must say congratulations to your new position, Acting ASP. I know that you work, very, very well, assiduously to ensure that you get the job done. So congratulations, of course, in order for you.
Thank you.
So we want to talk about, of course, the weekly updates in terms of what has been happening on the island of Tobago within the past, week. What are some of the things? I know there was a robbery, I think, over the weekend or late last week. And, so bring us up to speed with what has been happening on the island.
All right. So good morning, Tobago, and to all listeners. I'm happy to report, though, that the officers of the TTPS, particularly our Gang and Intelligence Unit, they would have recovered a rifle. That was last Tuesday. And every time we see one firearm off the street, and particularly something like a rifle, we ought to rejoice, because it means that there were many, many lives saved. These rifles carry what we call 5.56 and some of them 7.62 rounds ammunition. And if you line up 10 persons, that one round could go through those 10 persons if somebody fires that firearm. So it is something to celebrate when we get those kind of weapons off of the street. So high praises to the hard-working officers for retrieving that firearm. The robbery that you mentioned, I think that was the one in the Mason Hall area, where a guy armed with a cutlass, he went into a business place and placed the cutlass to the gentleman's neck and took his money. No, we have to look at the circumstances. When you look at the video that was circulating, business people, we need to secure what we do in a better way, because his money appeared to be in a box or something. So it was very easy for the guy to enter and very easy for him to take the money and leave. So we have to make ourselves harder targets. It's something that we've been repeating over and over for the longest while. We have to make ourselves harder targets and make it more difficult for persons to be able to take what we work so hard for.
When we talk about becoming a harder target, yes, it is for our own protection, but it also is it's unfair and unfortunate that we have to speak to the proprietor becoming a harder target, because we need to address, I'm not sure if it's in the control of the TTPS, we need to address our social behavior, because here I am, as you rightfully said, I worked and I earned my income and I build my property, I have all these things, and now I have to look at the man on the outside who's looking on to what I have. And we've seen in the past where persons went to extreme lengths to secure their property, to the point where if a perpetrator enters, they are injured or harmed. And the proprietor is the one who ends up with the charge. So I'm not sure if we could kind of just touch a little bit on that this morning.
All right. So in everything that we do, when you look at the law, they look at what is reasonable. You understand? Even though you're protecting yourself, they look at what the reasonable man would do, a reasonable person. What would be your response? And if you have to use excessive force, because in everything, they look at the right of individuals, whether it be the owner, whether it be the suspect as well too. When it comes to the law and justice, everybody has rights, right? So even if you have to protect your property, you do it in such a way that it is reasonable, and the level of force is one that you know, is it because sometimes you may put something and harm your own family, right? If a child or someone in the household goes ahead and interferes with something that you place there for a suspect to come in, and your child could get harmed. So that's why I'm saying it has to be reasonable in whatever you do. Now, when I speak about hard targets, a lot of times it is important that we make it more difficult. That's what we're looking at. Or creating those layers between yourself and the suspects from entering your property or the space that you have anything or your business place, right? So when we talk about the cameras, we talk about the burglar proofs, we talk about having better locks, we talk about your fencing, we're talking about lights. Sometimes it's a deterrent for them to enter. When they look around and they see so many security measures, even a big dog in the front of your space, they may think twice before even wanting to enter that area.
So now you see our proprietors, the owners, kind of is on us to ensure that we provide a space that, you know, the bandits are thinking, nah, let me try, let me not even try here, because I shouldn't even say let me try somewhere else, because it would be unfortunate for somebody else. So we have those issues to attend to as well. And before we get into the back to school safety tips, my question is, in terms of, I know we speak a lot about community efforts and communities coming together, assisting the TTPS. I know you all have town meetings. Bring us up to speed in terms of the relationship with the community, in terms of giving information to detect and to apprehend criminals for offences that took place within recent times.
All right, so I'm glad that you mentioned the town meetings, because this is one of our strategies that we use to try to develop that closer relationship with the members of the public. And as I said in prior shows before, we also have our station councils, and we encourage persons to use means that you could get information to the police. And on our path, we try our best to be as confidential as possible with whatever information comes to us. A lot of times we act on information and we are able to arrest perpetrators or are able to be made aware of situations that are taking place in communities and be able to nip it at the bud before things happen. And this is because of the concerns of members of the public who are able to trust us, because that is one of the major areas for us rebuilding that trust and confidence between the police and the members of the public. And hence the reason why we use the term, if you see something, please say something. We have so many measures. If you don't want to take up the phone and dial the station using 555 Crime Stoppers, you could even call 211, right? And we also have our own helpline in Tobago as well, that you could find means and ways. The TTPS has website pages. We have pages on Facebook, you know, that you could send information to, that we will be able to act on.
And have you seen communities coming forward, persons within the community, whether anonymously or in person, coming forward with information to assist the police? Have you seen the increased trust in the TTPS? I know last year we had some issues, but have you been able to gain traction in terms of, yes, you know, seeing the partnership coming there and people feeling more comfortable and reliant on the TTPS?
I would say yes, that we have seen an improvement in that area. It's still a work in progress, because not everyone trusts the police, and some adults passed on this distrust to even their children. So when you have an interaction or you're speaking with children, you realize that some of them have perceptions about the police. And, you know, you have to say to them that we are not your enemies. We are actually friends to you as a member of the public, you know. But in some areas, you have seen improvement, that some people would have developed a little further trust in us and would pass information to the police. One of the things that we also do are frequent walkabouts. This is not only in Tobago, you will see throughout Trinidad and Tobago, we do walkabouts where we are able to meet persons at their homes, where they are on the streets, in the different spaces where they are located, have conversations and share information with them.
And as you brought children into the conversation in terms of parents giving their children, you know, the energy, because sometimes when you have conversations at home, they pick it up and they carry it, whether it's a school or wherever. And so we want to talk about back to school safety tips. We know that school reopens today in Trinidad and Tobago, and our nation's children are back out to school. And there are some things that we need to consider in terms of ensuring our children get to school safely, that they are safe in school, and that they get back home safely. I know some people, they hire taxis or they hire a driver to get their children to school. So let's go through ensuring that children are safe heading from home to school and back.
All right, so we know today's a very exciting day for many students. New clothes, new bags, new shoes, everything new. We were once at that stage, heading out to school. So we have all levels of excitement. So, children at some stage, some of them might be a little muddled, but it begins with a conversation with the parent and the child, right? And I think that is very important before your child leaves home, that the parent have that conversation with your child. The time. Where do you go to get your transportation, right? We know a lot of schools are utilizing the Maxi system, and some of these Maxi drivers are on time. They don't wait. So you get there, you have to get there on time to take your Maxi. Where do you go to get the Maxi? Help them to establish that route that you take from home. You go up the street, you go across the safest route possible to get there, to get that Maxi. And when school is over as well, where do you go to get your Maxi? Because there'll be several Maxis lined up. Who is your driver? Get them to understand that, to know the person who is the driver of their Maxi as well, right? We have also speaking to the drivers. If you also hire a driver to take the child to school, do a little due diligence and check out who you're hiring as well too. That is important, right? Because we have had a lot of scary stories in the past where we had complaints, drivers taking advantage of students and that kind of thing, and you don't want that happening to your child. So you can do that due diligence and ensure that you hire the right person to take your child to school. We're also looking in terms of the traffic situation and ensuring that your child knows that when they see the zebra crossing, that is where they cross and not running across the road, right? To stand the risk of getting bounced by a vehicle or anything like that. So you teach them to use the zebra crossing. If they're at a traffic light, to press the bell. Ensure that they hear the bell ring and then make sure the traffic stops and that they cross the road. Sometime on the first day, the second day, you may do that with your child to ensure that they get the routine down pack and that they are able to do it by themselves after the first 2 days, right? The motorists as well, please look out for the children. If you see children crossing, it is important that you maintain eye contact with that student who is crossing, because the minute sometimes children, you have to be careful. By the time you look at one, somebody else is dashing, coming across, right? So you have to maintain that eye contact and make sure that the child gets across safely before you move off. In our Tobago space, we have a lot of schools also where we have one-way traffic on a morning, and drivers need to be mindful and pay attention of that. It's particularly wrong at the Color Hall area where the Methodist school is, and we have Harmons, they have one way between particular hours on a morning and in the evening, and this is to ensure that we have a smooth flow of the traffic as well too.
And you were talking about using the zebra crossing, and I think I saw over the weekend the Division of Infrastructure from the licensing department, they had a notice out, a video showing how to stop in front of or behind the zebra crossing, because some vehicles, they pull up right in front of the zebra crossing and offload the children, and the vehicle behind will not realize that children are coming out of this bus. So they were showing where you have to pass the crossing and let them walk back to it. So cars, oncoming vehicles. So I'm hoping motorists are listening this morning. Instead of stopping directly in front of the zebra crossing, officer, that they should pass the crossing. And I think if we have that video, we will show it this morning as well to ensure that the motorists kind of understand. In terms of children, let's say, having to walk to get their buses or the maxis or whatever, the parents, let's say they have to walk alone for whatever reason it is. What are some of the things the children should be mindful of in terms of getting there? They're walking alone, they don't have their parents with them for whatever reason, whether it's coming from classes or heading early to get the bus. What are some of the things they need to pay attention to on the route?
All right, so as much as possible, if you could walk in a group, on a pair, you do it. But if for whatever reason you have to do it alone, you have to be mindful of your surroundings, right? Sometimes you realize if you turn a corner, somebody's behind you turning the corner. You go up a next street, the person is behind you going up a next street. Nothing is wrong. Sometimes the children may have a cell phone. They could make a phone call. Mommy, I realize like somebody is following me, that kind of thing, and bring it to their attention. If they see an adult on the roadway, probably stop and let the person know that this person has been following me from point A to point B all the way to them trying to get to their class. All right, so that is very, very important that they are mindful of their surroundings. right? Try to use routes that they are familiar with. You don't try to use shortcuts. You know, we love to use shortcuts, and sometimes you don't know anything about the shortcut, and you decide to use the shortcut on a particular day, and there's where the trouble might be. And the parent might be expecting that you're on the roadway, but there it is, they didn't see you. I know everybody's wondering where you are, but it's because you went to the shortcut. Nobody could give any information as to when the last time they saw this person moving about. So I'm saying that we need to be very mindful if they have to walk alone of their surroundings and where they are going, who is around them, and that kind of thing.
And now I want to touch a little bit on the TTPS relationship with the schools, because I mean, is no novel behavior that sometimes you will find, you know, altercations in school amongst children. Children might even be trying to get into trouble with the teachers. So what is the relationship? I don't know what the jurisdiction is there. And I know sometimes I've heard before that you have to wait until something happens and the TTPS will come out, apprehend whomever. But do we have a proactive relationship going into the school, so more in any term, having conversations with the staff and the children in schools for them to understand what is acceptable behavior?
And I must say, yes, we do have that proactive approach, because we have officers attached to the community policing unit, as well as each station district. We have persons who would have adopted schools, the head of the station, along with their members of staff, and they would pay attention to that school. So in doing so, you develop that relationship with the principal. It doesn't mean that something has happened, but you visit that school as often as possible. So the principal will know who you are. In case there's something has happened, they will be able to make contact with you for you to respond in a very timely manner. And that is what we try to encourage. We don't wait on trouble. We are there before, and we are there for good things as well too, because the officers will go into the schools and they will do lectures on anti-bullying, about drugs, against drugs, all different issues. They will go in. We have the child protection unit, which is under SVD, Special Victims Department. They also would go in and do lectures on good touch, bad touch, because remember, these are things that affect children as well too. So we have various units within the TTPS who would adopt and go into schools and use that proactive approach, and not wait for something to happen to have to respond.
You know, I must congratulate the TTPS for that. And I know for certain, because I've been in some PTA meetings and I've seen the TTPS come in speaking to the parents as well, and the teachers in terms of how they manage their children when certain situations arise. Making them, as you mentioned, making themselves known in terms of a familiar face. This might be the police officer that you would see coming to your school regularly. So I must say, kudos to the TTPS where that is concerned. You know, overall, in general, in terms of getting our children and even the teachers, because, you know, sometimes we forget the parents and we forget the teachers, and we focus primarily on the children. But, you know, what are some of the things that you'd like to share also with the supervisors of these children, as especially the teachers, as they receive them into school this morning?
All right. So, you know, one of the things that we all have to be in spaces like that is being emotionally intelligent, because we have children coming from various spaces, various walks of life. And I think the level of training that teachers receive, they should be able to create that impact on each child individually in their different way, right? To understand who they are treating with and how they are dealing with them. Now, one thing I didn't mention, and I think is so important, is when it comes to mental health and children. It doesn't matter their ages, and both teachers and parents play a crucial role in ensuring that our children's mental health are at a particular level where they can survive, and survive well in that school space, right? So it is important to be observant of the children, you know, develop that relationship with their parents to understand the child a little better. Some children have special needs, some children have medical situations, and it may be that they are a little behind the other children and so on, but don't give up on them, you know, show them that level of love as well too, so that they will be able to be well supported, that they could also learn, you know. So I'm asking that area of mental health, parents have conversations with your children, because there are children who go to school and would have had a difficult day, but they come home and they say nothing. You know, talk to them. How was your day today? What did you do that was really exciting? What was challenging for you today, you know? How did you interact with Miss today, you know? Simple things as that. Did you eat all your lunch? These are conversations I would always have with my child because you want to get a little sneak peek inside as to how things are getting along in school. And if you start it now, it's a means of children communicating with you as a parent. You don't just come home and, wait, let me see a book, and looking at what they got wrong and trying to chastise, right? But you have to speak with your children.
You know, absolutely. I really endorse this. And it, as you rightfully said, it gives them the avenue now. You would see that children are now coming and saying, hey, mommy, daddy, this is what I did today, before you can even get to asking them. Because I remember a couple of times picking up children from school and they jump in the car, auntie, guess what we did today?
Yeah.
You know, so they have that kind of open door policy. And I really endorse this as well. You know, ladies and gentlemen, back to school is on this morning. Our children are going back out this morning. And we're speaking with Acting ASP Mahalia Bacchus as we talk about safety tips for back to school. And in closing, is there anything else you'd like to share with our viewers this morning?
All right, so I just want to let the general public of Tobago know that the TTPS in Tobago is doing all that they can and all the best that they can do to ensure that we remain a safe society. But we can't do this alone. We rely on your cooperation. We rely on your support as the public. As something my father always told me, the police is a useless animal without the help of the public. And we have to always remember that. When we work together, we get more done and we do it better. Right?
Thank you so much. I like that. You know, kudos to Daddy for that one. You know, ladies and gentlemen, Acting ASP Mahalia Bacchus of the TTPS Back to School Safety Tips and our TTPS crime updates for what is happening here on the island of Tobago. We have to go for a short break before we continue conversations in studio this morning. And as we go, we invite you to help us. Share the live, share the live, share the live. We will be right back.
Hi, I'm Motor Vehicle Supervisor 1 Juan Castellano, attached to the Licensing Division in Tobago. It is our responsibilities as transport officers to try and ensure the proper use of the roadway as it pertains to signs. Today we'll be looking at the proper and improper use of the crosswalk. So let us look at some scenarios and I will explain them as we go along. Here we see the driver is stopping right abreast the crosswalk. The pedestrian comes out of the vehicle and crosses immediately in front of the vehicle, not allowing time or visual distance for the driver that's coming in the same lane to be able to stop safely and properly. That's making a safe space as a crosswalk becoming a place that is dangerous.
What are you doing here?
The next scenario is sometimes we have indiscriminate parking by crosswalk where one vehicle parks immediately before and one immediately after. So when the pedestrian is crossing, there's a tunnel that is formed and both the lanes, immediate and opposite, finds it difficult to see the pedestrians as they cross, making the crosswalk a dangerous place. And the next scenario will be how to properly use the crosswalk. So let's look at that. In this scenario, you are seeing the driver cross over, passes the crosswalk, stops a safe distance, approximately 15 feet thereabout, allows the passengers to come out and cross behind the vehicle. That way, the oncoming driver on the lane in which the pedestrian is starting to cross can see them, and the opposite lane has a proper visual as well. That's a safe way to utilize the crosswalk. So now we are looking at how to improperly use the sidewalk. The parent is holding the child, but the child is on the side of the roadway. If this is an infant, he can easily let go of the parent's hand and immediately is in danger on the roadway. But when it's done this way, the child is on the inside and away from the roadway. That is the safe way to use the sidewalk. The parent can properly protect his or her child. So I trust, having seen these videos, that road safety becomes paramount in our minds, and that we carefully look at how we use the sidewalk and the crosswalk. So remember, road safety is our business.
The event of the century is here.
AMPLIA.
100 years of excellence to honor the past and ignite the future. Saturday, September 30th at the Magdalena. The Centennial Gala, hosted by Bishop's High School, Tobago. An all-inclusive evening of entertainment, culinary delights, and timeless vibes. And at midnight, raise your glass as we welcome the next 100 years. Limited early bird tickets, $750. Secure yours at islandetickets.com. An all-white affair. One night, one century, one legacy.
Rise and shine, Tobago. The breakfast vibes you've been waiting for is here.
When it wrong, tell you you's a big dancer.
It's time for Sun Up Tobago, the ultimate breakfast inclusive hula party that kicks off your carnival in style.
We come to take shots. She come to take shots.
Join us on Thursday, October 23rd from 6 a.m. to 12 noon at Scarborough House, 138 Milford Road. Music pumping, breakfast sizzling, coolers flowing, and vibes unmatched. This is where sun, sea, soca, and celebration collides. Get your early bird tickets now at Pablo Supermarkets, Barcode, Lost Restaurant and Launch, Signature Cuts, IslandEtickets.com, and committee members. Don't miss the event where Tobago Carnival truly begins. Sun Up Tobago. Come for the breakfast, stay for the vibe.
Quartz is well known as the Caribbean's largest retailer, providing consumers for generations with the very best products to enhance their homes. This year, we bring our expertise to businesses. Quartz Business Solutions will serve small, medium, and large companies with the very best products at the most competitive prices, backed by warranties and after-sales support. Hoteliers, office managers, restaurants, and so many more. Quartz Business Solutions, a brand of the Unicomer Group.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back, viewers. Welcome back to the Tobago Updates Morning Show. And we have in studio with us two young ladies. Yes, two young ladies who will be representing Trinidad and Tobago at the 2021 on the Under 2021 Netball World Cup in Gibraltar. And we have on studio with us here Miss Jada Hamilton and Miss Keiko Roy. Good morning and welcome, ladies.
Good morning.
Okay, so we're talking about Under 21 Netball World Cup, World Youth Cup, right? It will be held in Gibraltar this year. Which month is it exactly be held in? So it's this month, sir?
Yes.
Okay, okay. And when will you all be heading out?
We are supposed to leave on the 12th.
The 12th of September.
Yes.
Okay, so that is Friday coming, if I'm not mistaken.
Friday.
Okay, so just tell us how you feel about being on the team TNT for this Netball World Cup, and what are you all looking forward to the most?
Honestly, I feel very blessed. I'm excited to go out and see what I can do. I'm excited to see how I match up with the other players, and I'm just ready to go and perform.
Okay, and you, Ms. Hamilton?
For me, I am thankful for this opportunity. I am proud of myself. For the tournament, I am both excited and nervous, but in the middle of that, I just have to stay focused and do what I have to do out there. For my team, I expect us to not just participate, but to compete.
And for this tournament, what has the training regimen been like with the rest of your teammates?
Well, the training has been tough for us. We have been having training for about 5 days during the week. We had to put in a lot of hard work. In the middle of that, we had practice matches, so it was realistic, so the players are able to know what to expect.
Mm-hmm. And Keiko, you just tell me what position in the team do you play?
I play goal attack.
Goal attack. And you, Miss Hamilton?
I also play goal attack, sometimes goal shooter.
Okay. And you all had training over the July-August vacation?
Yes, we did.
For the entire of July and August?
Most of the holiday we were in Trinidad.
You were based in Trinidad training?
Yes.
Okay, that sounds like a really, really, really intense... you all had no vacation whatsoever?
No break at all.
And how did you all get involved in netball over the years?
Well, for me, as you can see, I'm very tall, so I was recommended I should play. And then I started playing with Nichols Netball Academy. Following that, I made my first team, that was the under-16 national team. I went to Dominica for a Jean Pierre Caribbean Youth Tournament. In that tournament, I was able to win most accurate shooter. Then following that, I tried out for the qualifying team. I didn't make that team. Then I went on, made under-18 and now under-21.
And you, Ms. Hamilton, how did you really get into netball?
Well, for me, I started netball at a tender age of 10. I was in primary school, of course. I was introduced to netball by one of my past principals by the name of Charlene Charles, Miss Charlene Charles. And I continued netball in high school for 7 years. I played for Bishops and Signal Hill Secondary. While I was attending secondary school, I started to play netball at the national level. I joined a national team in my first national team in 2023. I was in the under-18. I participated in the Commonwealth Games. Then last year, 2024, I joined the under-21 team. We went to Guadeloupe where we qualified, and here I am now in under-21 again to compete in Gibraltar.
So you have a very extensive record of netball and playing with national teams, playing with school teams. So you all seem to be very well experienced in the sport. Now heading into the tournament, I see that there are 20 teams in the tournament, and Trinidad and Tobago is in Pool D, along with Fiji, South Africa, Malawi, and Barbados.
Yes.
You know, our fellow Caribbean neighbors there. What do you think are Trinidad and Tobago's chances of coming out of the group?
I think we have a very high chance because we have been training very long. Our team is very fit, fast, and agile, so I think we have a pretty good chance of coming out high.
And you all know how many teams come out of each group? You're not too sure about the structure?
Not sure.
Okay. And have you all been doing, I know when you reach this level of competition, global competition, you do a lot of studying of the opponents and that kind of thing. Have you all been doing that kind of research, looking at videos and watching how your opponents play?
We have.
So that's part of the team training, and it's very intense. So just tell us, give us a bit more details about what your schedule used to look like on a daily basis during the training camp.
So I'll start from Monday. Mondays we usually have gym for 6 a.m. and practice matches starting at around 5, but we are there by 3 to start warming up and, preparing ourselves. Tuesday, regular training, we have Yeah, strength and conditioning. Wednesday, back to practice matches. Thursday, same strength and conditioning. Friday, extra training. Also on the Thursday, we have gym, same gym for 6 a.m. Saturday, we usually have practice matches. And Sunday, we have practice matches sometimes, but not all the time.
So it's really 7 days a week you're going for.
Yep. Eat, sleep, breathe, netball.
Eat, sleep, breathe, netball. So y'all are in Tobago right now, right? When are y'all expected to meet back up with the team to leave for Gibraltar?
We have to go back to Trinidad on Wednesday.
On Wednesday. So you're on a short break for now.
Yes.
And then go back to Trinidad. You're doing any training before you'll fly out again?
We're supposed to go on court Wednesday. I'm not sure what they have for us, but we're meeting up on Wednesday in Trinidad.
Okay. So we see that y'all are the two Tobagonians on the national team. Just tell us in your experience with training with the other young ladies for the team, in the national team, what comparison would you make in terms of the level of netball in Tobago as versus in Trinidad?
I think that we kind of even. I might be biased because I'm a Tobago and I think that, but we kind of even. And it also hard being the only two, but the girls were welcoming and I think the team meshed well.
Okay. Ms. Hamilton, in your experience?
Well, for me, everybody have their unique skill. Everybody have a different style of play. So being a Tobagonian, well, the training was a bit difficult for me. So I had to adapt. And for the July, August vacation, when when school did close, I was able to be in the training for longer time. So I form a relationship, get to learn the players, form a bond and stuff like that.
So we spoke earlier about you all being in the netball arena for quite some time now, quite a few years now. Just speak to us about who, in your opinion, would be some really impactful coaches that you would have worked with in your school years.
Well, firstly, I'm grateful for everybody who helped me on my journey. But starting with Coach Kyla Keith Wilson, she's the one who taught me all the foundation. I started netball under her. Also, Coach Kemba, she helped me tweak stuff and improve more. And all the national coaches I passed through, and right now, my current coaches, Coach Khalifa McCullin and Coach Crystal and George.
Okay.
Firstly, I would like to thank Ms. Charlene Charles because if it wasn't for she, I would have never known anything about netball. I probably might have never been here. When I went to secondary school, I started training with Miss Joan Bedlow. I would like to thank her. When I joined the under-18, my head coach was Miss Kyla Wilson. I would like to thank her for her hard work. And going forward in my journey, I met Kemba Duncan. I would like to thank her for her major contribution.
Qualifying for a national team, joining a national team is not an easy task at all, and it takes a lot of hard work over the years and preparation. Just tell us about how important it was to get the support of your parents and the kind of work that they would have put in and sacrifices they have made so that you all could be where you all are today.
Well, the support was very much needed because it is hard. At times you want to give up because the everyday training, the intensity of training, but without the support of family, especially us coming from Tobago and having to go to Trinidad, when we're in Trinidad, we have our family to stay with, and then to carry us to training on the early mornings, to pick us up on evenings, it was very important, and I really appreciate all my family members who helped me throughout this process.
Ms. Hamilton?
I appreciate my parents a lot because being a Tobago athlete is not easy. I had to be back and forth with training, so they supported me financially. I am thankful for that. Even my family members in Trinidad that reached out to me to drop me from training come for me from training and stuff like that. Also, other family members and friends that checked up to me to support me mentally.
And moving forward, what's in the future of you young ladies after this netball tournament is done? What's next?
Well, for me, after the tournament is done, I have to go back to Jamaica for school. So I think I want to play for the school in Jamaica for a team. And I'm not sure if I'll try out again for any national team because a 3-year period where I'll be in school.
Right.
So to get back in might be a little hard, but
You'll see.
Well, this was my last year of doing sixth form. So after this tournament, I would like to join university. And I hope to see myself playing at a senior level very soon.
Any of you all you would want to go into netball professionally afterwards, or you're seeking another career path?
if it was to be happen, I would be happy, but it's not my main goal.
Okay.
Probably. If I get the opportunity, I will take it.
All right. Well, Miss Jada Hamilton and Miss Keiko Roy, was very, very nice having you all on set. We wish you all the best of luck. We wish you all safe journeys down to Trinidad and safe journeys with the national team to Gibraltar. Ladies and gentlemen, viewers, that was Miss Jada Hamilton and Keiko Roy, who are both members of the National Under-21 netball team, and they are on their way to Gibraltar. Yes, they are on their way to Gibraltar to participate in the World Youth Netball Tournament taking place this month. And we wish Team TNT all the best. Well, right now we have to go for a short break, but do us a favor. Share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Skibidi bang bang. Yours truly Juby representing for Neon, a tribal affair by Highlighter Entertainment. We are here.
Tobago, are you ready? Highlighter Entertainments, Neon, a tribal affair. Costume sales are live. Register now at highlighterentertainment.com. This is Carnival meets culture. Rhythm meets rebellion. Neon is calling. And your moment is now. Light up the night.
I jamming on the pavement with Neon.
With Flow Business's new smart solutions, powered by super fast, reliable broadband, you'll feel like there are more versions of you working for you. From website design, development, and digital marketing to promote your business, 24/7 business class support to cloud solutions, security, and more. Multiply your growth today.
Want to get better? Where to start? What kind of exercise to do? What to eat? How to get restful sleep? Need a doctor to search for root cause? Look no further. Come to Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center Foundation at our Wellness Center in Goodwood. or Food Hub in Darrell Springs, Scarborough, or Doctor's Office in Goodwood and Darrell Spring. Contact 49 Swift 4979 438.
Welcome to Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, where innovation meets excellence and the service reigns supreme. Our commitment is simple: to provide high-quality, innovative aluminum, vinyl, and glass solutions for both commercial and residential spaces. At TGSL, we don't just meet needs, we exceed expectations. Our range includes the finest aluminum cladding options, setting new standards in durability and style. Driven by our passion to elevate, we aim to be the leading supplier in the Caribbean market while retaining our identity as a family-owned business. Because at Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, it's not just about products. It's about relationships. It's about you. Innovation, quality, service. That's Tobago Glass Supplies Limited.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back, viewers, to the Tobago Updates morning show. And we're going to be talking about Tobago Carnival. Yes, Tobago Carnival. And we have in studio with us Mr. Avery Seaton, who is the Communications and Marketing Officer of Bago Limers, and Miss Diva Divine, who is the promoter. Yes, she's the promoter of Bago Limers, and they're coming to talk about their band launch for Tobago Carnival 2025. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Tobago.
Yeah, good morning, Tobago, Trinidad, and the whole world.
In the Trinidad, everybody, big ups, big ups.
So tell us, what does Bago Limers have in store for Tobago Carnival 2025?
You know, I think that we should start by the fact that Tobago has this amazing group called the Bago Limers, who goes all over the United States, Berlin, London, promoting Tobago. And of course, Tobago Carnival. And so they want to give you that authentic richness that is very authentic to Tobago. So this group of friends came together, created this Bago Limers, and every year they bring you Tobago Carnival with Bago Limers. So Avery, the marketing man, had to give you the vibes of the band.
Yeah, well, this year Bago Limers, we do what we're accustomed doing, bringing the vibes, bringing the energy, and maintaining the culture of Tobago. This year we have 2 days of excitement, full vibe and excitement, but 3 bands in one band. So we had Juve.
Freak off.
Yeah. And when you go and get a rest and vibes, you know, you come out in the night for night mass.
Euphoria.
And you take a longer rest and relax yourself. And we come for the pretty mass, which is regeneration.
Right.
Regeneration means regenerating the vibes on the road, regenerating the energy on the road. So that's what we come with this year. And it's all inclusive. You just get a whole vibe, all inclusive. And we know Carnival starts on the Friday. So from the Thursday, we vibes in, right? From the Thursday, we vibes in until the Friday. And then Saturday morning, you know, we're on the road. Because it's going to be Juve. And Juve is mud.
Right.
Juve is oil.
So you're bringing mud this year?
Yeah, mud again. It's power. We come in everything, come in live. We come in at everything Juve wears. Watch, everything Juve wears. When you talk about vibe for Juve, you're talking about bagel limers, mud, oil, paint, powder, bagel limers.
So you say that this thing is all-inclusive, right? Just tell people what they could expect. Even though it's all-inclusive, they want to know, is premium drinks or is just, basic drinks? Is best food? What are getting for the all-inclusive?
First of all, let's also remind people that the Bagel Limers, they also have their mass camp across the street from the Bagel Limers bar, which just happens to be in the heart in Crown Point. I mean, you can't miss it, right? So everything is right there for you. So when you say all-inclusive, yes, we have premium drinks because we have a bar. So the things from the bar would be right there on the truck. So if you come to the bar and you taste those drinks and you love those drinks, you will get those drinks on the road. So yes, Bagel Limers, everything. So you get your morning Juve outfit, you buy that, boom, you get your drinks on the road. You come back for the night mass, you get your little nice things, you put that on, you get your drinks on the road. You come back again, you recover from those two things. And you come back and now, pretty mass, Bagel Limers, your feathers, your beads, your gemstones, you're happy. So yes, you get it all and Tobago style. Very authentic.
So you say, I'm sticking on the Juve for a little bit. For a little bit. You're saying mud, oil, powder. Is the band all about mud, oil, and powder, or are there different sections in which people could play? Because some people, they don't want to get muddy, they don't mind getting wet. But they don't want to get muddy, they don't want to get the oil in them, that kind of thing.
Now, we can't promise people won't pass and put oil mud things on you.
For sure.
But yes, you do have a choice, right?
You have a choice.
Yeah.
But what I love about Juve. I've been doing Juve since about long time. You always start off Juve saying, boy,
I don't like the oil.
I ain't want no water. Boy, I ain't want no water wet, man. Boy, I ain't want this and I ain't want that.
No paint.
And you, no paint. And you the first person, when I look at you again, I can't find you, I can't make you out.
You
have everything.
Everything. It's about vibes. You have your choice to make. You want to be in the mud, you want to be in the oil, you want to be. But end of the day, when that vibes hit you on the road, as I see that John B.
Something different.
Something different has happened.
Well, definitely. First, let's add, when you come to Tobago Carnival, don't come with expectations. Come ready to enjoy and bask in that Tobago Carnival vibe, whatever that means. You may not like the oil of this, but when you reach and you see everybody and it's a family that's coming together on the road, you wouldn't care. So don't come with all those, I want this. No. Just come ready to enjoy. Let Bagel Limers take you on the journey. And you just come and be ready for the journey.
It's a good experience.
So tell us about this night mass now, right? What people could get for the night mass, what they're looking forward to. What's the theme of the band for the night mass and all of that?
So the theme of the band so Juve is Freak Off, Night Mass is Euphoria, and then for Saturday, Sunday, that would be Regeneration. So each thing does have its own theme. And you can select all of those when you come to the mass camp, Milford Road, Crown Point, across from the Bagel Limers bar. But the beauty of it is, so initially, let's go back to even what you said about the Juve. Bagel Limers did start more of a t-shirt, paint and powder kind of band. And then as time went on, they started in 2018, as time went on, they evolved. And so they really took on the full thing to make it an all-inclusive band. So now, yes, one of their favorite things they also had was Night Mass. So Night Mass and Juve is authentic to Bagel Limers. That is literally where they started.
Bagel light up the road.
Yeah, and that is their thing.
This year is Euphoria, and this year it's about glowing.
Right.
It's about showing that glow on the road. So headpieces will be glowing. The costume already have, as you can see, is about a glowing color. Then you have glow sticks, and your hands will be the glow bands.
The arm bands, yeah.
So it's about the glow. It's what we call euphoria. It's about glowing, about glory, the glory on the road.
Right.
It's a glory to be on the road in euphoria. And this band is going to be beautiful.
And it's the same for the Sunday as well.
Yes, Sunday. Regeneration.
Talk to us a little bit about regeneration.
Well, regeneration, we recognize that we want to continue bringing the same thing over and over again. But this year, we have seen a lot of times people have lost the vibes. The vibes getting low. So regeneration is regenerating the vibes on the road. The colors we're putting out is colors is blue. Because regeneration is a colors about blue.
Lime green.
Lime green. We have a gold section.
Yes.
The backline is gold. And so this year, we are going to have that kind of regeneration colors and theme on the road for this carnival.
But let me also add to that, when it comes to the beauty of Tobago Carnival, everybody enjoys, of course, the Juve and the night mass. And sometimes when it comes to the carnival itself, the pretty mass, you know, sometimes it doesn't get the full effect.
Yes.
I think Bago Limers is really going out of their way to make sure, yes, you will enjoy the Juve, you will have this amazing night mass. That's what they do anyway. But when it comes to the mass, the pretty mass, we're giving you that, we're regenerating you. So you come like brand new, like if you just started with the Juve and the night mass, regeneration. You know, and everything. You just let it all out on the road and you enjoy Tobago.
So we talk about all the vibe and the energy of the carnival, but let me get along to the business of the thing now, right?
The music.
How much all of this, you know, somebody wants to get it, they want to get the full package. How much are they looking at?
Man,
very reasonable.
What we look at, and we sit down and think very hard. Many nights, you know, well, sleepless night, we're limers, so sleepless, we linemen, and we still party. You party hard, just as business hard, right? And we want to make it affordable for the people to play. Because a lot of people want to play the mass, but they always think about, oh boy, the cost, but I know economic, let's go. So we have a very reasonable cost. We are starting off with $500 all inclusive for your Juve. And from that, our night mass,
I think it's as low as $350, $400. And the frontline pieces, I think, start, and this is TT prices.
Right.
You know, so you can get a full-on thing for.
And then, so you have a whole package.
Under the thing, one person.
You're having a whole package for only $25. For $25.
Drinks included.
Drinks included. You will get food, Juve, night mass, pretty mass, real drinks, real lunches, real vibes.
For $2,500.
If you're doing the full-on, your Juve, the night mass.
So the packages. And if you want to get more information, you can go on our website.
Yeah.
That is
www.bagolimers.net.
And you can just call us, come into the mass camp,
anytime.
And let's chat with us. Let's chat with us, and we could create packages for you also.
You have any WhatsApp numbers, social media handles that they could follow as well?
Yes. We definitely have the 349-7243. But again, bagolimers.net, and all of the information. If you're on Facebook, Bago Limers on Facebook. You're on Instagram, Bago Limers is on Instagram. And that's Bago, B-A-G-O, Limers, literally. So you have everything available to you. If you not here, and you can't just pass on Milford Road in Crown Point and get to the bar in the mass camp, then feel free. Milford, go to the website, bagolimers.net. Everything is there.
All right. Thank you very, very much, Mr. Avery Seaton and Miss Diva Divine. They're representing Bago Limers, and they have a full schedule, a full package for you for Tobago Carnival 2025. So you can visit them at bagolimers.com, or just visit them down at the camp down at Bago Limers there in Milford Road in Crown Point. Yes, and get your package ready. It's a still of a deal, $2,500 for the 3 activities, all inclusive, all of them. I mean,
your full Tobago Carnival weekend.
I mean, you can't ask for anything better. Yeah? Ladies and gentlemen, viewers, unfortunately, we have come to the end of the Tobago Updates morning show, but our programming continues. Up next, we have GMT coming up. So do us a favor, stay with us and share the live, share the live, share the live. GMT is up next.
cross any ocean to find it. Won't let no mountain get in the way. Yeah. We come cross the water, been through the fire. I know that my heart could show many ways. Everywhere you turn, you see people smiling. We don't see no creed and race. I don't want nobody tell we about leaving. We fight for we thing and this is we place.
I just love Carrie Festa and I want to come back. I just want to keep dancing.
Take me home. Take me home. Take me to a place where my heart don't feel no pain. Take me home. Take me home. Take me home.
Shut it down and Tobago. Carrie Festa is a synergy of culture, is a synergy of love and vibrant energy. You can see how similar all the islands are. So it warms my heart that every aspect of our culture was covered tonight. That is a beautiful thing. Imagine the steel pan in the back, the tassa here, the African drums here, a chutney singer here, a calypso in here, a soca artist here. You cannot top that, and it shows that we are rich in culture, we are rich in spirit, and we are rich in vibes, and I love my country.
When that feeling starts, it goes nowhere. Do you know what time? Oh, when you move your hips so, making it move.
People came here to hear different look, food, fashion. So I think everybody received it very well. Myself, I had a time in Trinidad and Tobago.
I'm from Barbados and I love to enjoy just like me.
I hope everybody come to Barbados next time and have a fantastic time.
I tell you that Barbados is a nice place. We enjoy ourselves. The festival bouncing, everybody happy. This is the place to be. Come here, party, enjoy yourself, son. We just happy, man. Blessed all the time.
You show that our culture deserve a stage, and you built it, Barbados, and we performed on it. Trinidad and Tobago, let me hear you.
Good evening, Barbados. Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. Good evening, Carrie Festa 15, make some noise. Carrie Festa 15 has been a resounding success. We thank you so much. We had such a great time, and I think it's time for us to get back to the party.
What you deserve?
Everybody get up and down.
Let's go. Everybody, hey, let's go. Let's get it started. Let's get it started. Yeah, man. Left, right. Onward.
You're viewing Tobago Updates Television, your exclusive gateway to Tobago, broadcasting the beauty of this island paradise to the world.
It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor to wake up and hear me neighbor. 60,000 people strong, and the vibes is never wrong. We are beauty, we are power, we are people in the sun. We are beaches, we are rivers, we are melanated ones. We special and there is no denying. Tobago is number one. I am you and you are me. Together we stronger.
Good morning and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Update. I am your host Chanel Felix, guys, and you know whenever you see me sitting here, it's because we're about to have those conversations that you want to have while I ask those questions that you want asked. This morning we are talking all about the Tobago October Carnival, and to have that conversation with me this morning, I have the privilege of sitting in studio with band leader Dexter Sandy. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Chanel, and good morning to all your viewers.
Now, this morning we're talking all about the big, bad, iconic mass. So tell us a little bit about what's going on with Iconic this October. We saw you had your launch earlier this year. And where are we with everything? Is Iconic ready to hit the road for October?
Well, yes, we have been labeled by our loyal customers as the big, bad, iconic, you know, specifically because of the experience that they could speak to over the past 3 years. And this year is no different from the rest. We are in full preparation mode. As you know, we launched early July, and costumes, according to an article I saw last week, are flying off the shelves. Yeah. But sales are pretty good in comparison to the same time last year. I would say we have sold a lot more costumes over that same period, if you measure it. And, you know, we are seeing a mixture of international clients as well as a lot of clients from Trinidad who have registered and made their down payment. A lot of persons have already made their full payments. That says that they are really buying into the brand Iconic Mass and they can't wait to hit the road.
Excellent. And, you know, what is different? You said, you know, this time around you're seeing more persons patronizing or paying for their costumes a bit earlier. What is different this time around, do you think?
Yeah, definitely you've seen that Iconic Mass has grown in our design of costumes. I think what we did over the last 3 years, we would have actually creeped before we walk. You know, we tried to ensure that the mass would have been affordable and persons would have been able to buy into the experience. And yes, for today, they could testify to the experience. So they asked this time around for a bit more in terms of the costume designs and what we're going to portray on the road. And so definitely we have stepped it up. This year's theme, Tropical Bliss, we have 5 sections that the band has put on the road. We have Island Fizz, Desert Rose, Paradise Glow, Hibiscus Bloom. Yeah, and we've seen all of them on the screen, and Coral Kiss. Right, so those are the 5 sections being portrayed by Iconic Mass. And Iconic Mass is not just about these 5 sections. We have actually forged some partnerships this year, and you're definitely going to have Frenzy Mass on the road with us on Carnival Sunday. Right, there are a couple other partnerships that we are working on, and they are going to be a part of what Iconic Mass is presenting on the road on the Sunday. But I must say, you know, persons have been seeing Frenzy Mass and they've seen Times Iconic. What does that mean? It means that Frenzy Mass is going to also share in the experience with Iconic on the road. But across Iconic Mass, the 5 sections, we have them on our website, iconicmasst.com. I know costumes have been moving pretty quickly, but there are still some pieces available. So for persons who are still checking out our website and you're realizing, but my size isn't there, it's because that particular size is now out of stock, right? So you may have to look at probably another section or another option, and definitely you should see something that can fit you. And I would say, you know, it's rather that even if you don't get your number one choice, make sure you choose something else and you'll be in the band to experience iconic mass.
Right. I remember you speaking earlier this year about the importance of ensuring more coverage with the costumes this time around. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, well, again, we listen. If it's one thing with Iconic Mass, we listen to the patrons, and we did ensure that across all sections, there is the option for that conservative lady, right? That person who does not necessarily want to wear a thong, but more of a bikini cut. Even on the stomach area, some of the costumes, if you look at it, it may look as though it's the skin that is exposed, but really and truly, it's not. It's really a mesh that is there. It's a mesh that gives the illusion of your skin being exposed, but it really gives you the comfort and the satisfaction knowing that you're not, as they say, naked on the road.
Understood. You see, I have a principle that if you wouldn't want your employees to see you like that, then you definitely shouldn't go on the road or anywhere in public like that. So I'm happy to see that Iconic has factored in, you know, the more conservative women and, you know, just women who are more plus size and, you know, ensuring to keep that in mind. Tell us about registration.
Yeah, well, the registration still continues. As I said, there are still costumes available. You would check it out on iconicmasst.com. You would create your profile and log in, and there you would see the available sizes and also the prices of the option that you may be looking at. One thing I can say is that the Juve aspect, we still have all the sizes available when it comes to Juve, because Iconic Mass is not just about the experience on the Sunday, but we do have the 2 days on the road. So Juve continues to be pushed very heavily. We have the t-shirt option, and we also have the monokini option. There's a conservative one for the ladies that prefer to have, you know, the upper and the lower area covered, and then they are the ones who want to take the risk. Right? We do have those options available. So ladies, you could check us out on iconicmasst.com. As it is right now, we do have the Juve options physically on location at the Lost restaurant at the Lowlands Mall. So you could go down to Lost and actually see, touch, look at it, and envision yourselves in the costumes. You can also go on the website, register, and make your cash payment at Lost. And all other persons in terms of registration may say, I don't have access to a credit card. Iconic is catering to you. You just ensure that you put your costume in cart, and then you go down to Lost and you make a cash payment down at the restaurant there, and you'll be taken care of thereafter.
Excellent. Tell us about what is out there, or what are the packages available for the men?
For the men, well, we try to make sure the ratio is just right when it comes to the road. Yeah. Right. So yes, we do have male costumes, and this time around we have varied it from a costume to the guy who may just want to wear a vest and a short pants. So Desert Rose and Island Fizz, they do have male costumes as well as Hibiscus Bloom. You'll see a variety of what looks like, as we say, gems and actual mass. And then there's the Roving Male. That one has been the popular one over the past couple of years, where you get a shorts, a bucket hat, and a vest. And everybody gets the same experience on the road in terms of that premiumness when it comes to food, when it comes to drinks, security. We have a tight security team. We've maintained that for the past 3 years. It's going to be no different this year. Actually, the team is going to be bigger because the band has grown. So, you know, we're going to make sure and compensate for that growth. And for the men, you check out the website and come on out.
Right. Tell us about the additions for the costumes, the add-ons, the backpacks, the extra stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. What is the base and how does it go from there?
So in Carnival's past, persons would see that when a price is advertised, it would just be the base, which is upper and lower. And you may have to now pay extra for an arm piece or a specific head piece or leg piece or things like that. What Iconic has done for the past 3 years is to make sure that there's no hidden fees. So when you purchase a costume, you are purchasing from head to toe. The only add-on we have would be the backpack. And the backpack comes in varying sizes. So there is the small, which we call a collar, which just extends over the shoulder. Then we have the mid-size, and then we have the large with the tails, right? Those full plumes that flow to the floor. So we do offer those as add-ons, but everything else you see on the model as shown in the pictures, that's guaranteed for you with that one price.
Excellent. And we look forward to seeing Iconic on the road. Why is it important for persons to, really get in there and get their orders in now?
Yeah, it's key to get it in now because stock is running out. I would say that because the foreigners knew that they had to put a lot of plans in place to get to Tobago, they would have purchased early and made sure and secure their costumes. I would say the Tobago customers, they're moving a little slower. But I must say, I've seen a lot of loyalty customers returning. So the Tobago customers have returned, they have made their down payments, and they're encouraging more friends to come on board. So yes, we do have costumes available. As I said, check us out on iconicmaskt.com. You could always check us on Instagram and Facebook, iconic_mask, where you get updates, real-time updates as to what's happening, examples of what took place on the road in the past. Iconic Mask, you really have to experience it.
Right. And have you been chatting with any other band leaders so far? And what are the responses that you've been getting as it pertains to persons patronizing, ordering costumes early? What are you hearing?
Well, yes, definitely. I have been in conversation with a lot of other band leaders as the head of the Tobago October Carnival Association. And I've been also looking at what they have been doing on social media. And I must say, it's one thing that can be said this year for Carnival. The private sector, the special interest groups, we have been carrying the Carnival.
Right.
We have launched, we have put our products out there. We are on the ground advertising, we're doing on social media, we're posting, we're doing sponsored ads, we're doing as much as possible with our resources. So I'm seeing Casato, I'm seeing Vogue, MVP, Blush Carnival, Highlighter, Emerge. I'm seeing Big Limers, they were here a little while ago. I'm seeing so much of them out there really grinding and doing the work to make sure that Tobago and the rest of the world is aware of the carnival. And really it is a safe carnival and is one of the better and a more affordable carnivals that they should attend. So, it's really encouraging to see so many bands out there, Marslin, Ned, and all the others who I did not call, but they're all out there grinding, doing the work, and having their costumes available for sale. So the carnival definitely this year would see growth in comparison to previous years, and it's one thing that we're looking forward to.
Are you satisfied with the promotion for this year's carnival?
I would never say 100% yes to that. I would see even Pantry and Tobago Division, they have put out their schedule and what events they're having. And that is part of the promotion and marketing of the carnival. The Promoters Association, they have put out their calendar. So people are seeing the series of fetes that are to come. And you've seen all the posters out, all the posts out with the deals in terms of combo tickets. So you're really seeing where the special interest groups are pushing Calypso. They are doing their thing within their fraternity, spreading the word of what is to come in October next month. And from today is literally 47 days to go.
Right.
Right? So that whole week of what Tobago Carnival embodies. But I would say that from the state side, a lot more should have been done. A lot more could have been done. We've been asking for it. We've been asking for support, especially when it comes to the air and the sea bridge. Today, this morning, as it is right now, the schedule for the inter-island ferry is not even out. We were promised that it would have been out last week. Today is Monday and the schedule is not out. Persons can't jump on board right now to secure that ticket. So we're really hoping at the end of this week, those tickets will come out, and as well as Caribbean Airlines. If you look on their portal right now, today, Monday, you will see Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of the carnival, there are no seats available. Right? So it says that there is a demand and we need to increase capacity to allow for more persons to come. And a lot of people are coming. Last week, I had a masquerader reach out to us on WhatsApp. She's coming in from Berlin. She bought her costume. She said, I'm coming. But the challenge still exists there that when she lands in Port of Spain, how does she get to Tobago? But at least she secured her costume and she's going to find her way. She's going to find her way. And I even told her about the ferry system, you know, look out for that. That's coming out this week, and she could purchase that ticket online. So those are some of the areas that we really wanted to get the assistance from the state in putting things in motion and kind of reassuring us as bands that don't worry, this is taken care of, and you're going to see capacity increase by X date, so your masqueraders can now purchase. It was one of the areas that
Excellent. And well, we look forward to, you know, the Band Leaders Association also promoting those extra flights.
Yeah.
And I believe that in my conversation with the Secretary for Tourism last week, she indicated that that's a conversation that's happening right now.
Yeah, it's been a conversation a little while now, you know, and we
Right.
really need to see the action. We need to see the results of the conversations, because we are getting the calls, right? We are getting the WhatsApp messages. Persons are asking, and they're asking if it is we as the bands have any level of clout that could get them tickets to get across on the island. I mean, we really have to realize the role that this carnival event plays in Tobago. It really helps to boost the economy of Tobago and drive the economy of Tobago for a particular period. You know, so we really need to make sure that Tobago takes advantage of it, gets as many people as possible. We just finished July, August vacation in Java, and you could not have gotten any flights for like the last 6 weeks, right? Because those persons would have booked in advance and there was constant traffic. So that says that Tobago benefited. And we want to see that continue, and we want to see that happen for the week of Carnival. So I'm really hoping that we could get some more capacity, get a lot more people on the island. Everybody will benefit.
Right. Tell us a bit about that after Carnival jump up, that lime, that after effect. Is that happening this year?
Oh yes, most definitely. We do have the after party at Shore Park, which is for masqueraders only. It's primarily for masqueraders. It's really a forum for all bands to come together, and their masqueraders who friends may have been split up based on options. They get a party at the end of the night on Sunday. So definitely that will be happening. It is open to all mass bands, and again, it's a masquerader affair. And you know, it's one thing that over the years masqueraders saw as a bonus, right? They didn't expect it. And yes, they continue into the night. They're in a safe environment. They continue getting the drinks. And usually the Tobago House of Assembly would have fireworks and other additions that happen on the night. So it really helps to promote that memorable moment at the end of the weekend. So they could say, yes, I'll be back next year and I'll bring a friend or two. You know,
Excellent.
So that event is definitely happening.
And even as we round up our discussion this morning, remind us of the available options for Iconic that persons can still visit your website and, you know, register for.
Oh yes, so definitely we have Juve, we have 4 monokini options for the ladies, as well as the t-shirt options for both ladies and for men. When it comes to the costumes, we have the Island Fizz, Hibiscus Bloom, Paradise Glow, Coral Kiss. We have 5 sections on the Pretty Mask available for ladies and for men. One thing very interesting this year, a couple of men asked for backpacks.
Right.
You know, which is not something that is normally done on the road here in Tobago. But that and all we are facilitating. So, you know, we ensuring that there is inclusion if our masqueraders ask for it, that we are able to provide it and really foster that experience, that premiumness with Iconic on the road. And I mean, I must plug in here part of the Iconic experience. You finish Juve, you have Mass on Sunday. We're doing a special boat ride with a team called Live in Love. It's called Strut, and we're having that this Saturday afternoon, especially again for masqueraders. So I'm saying once you buy into Iconic Mass, there's so many other treats that you may not have expected that you are going to be given just by being a loyal customer and a band member.
Okay. Well, we want to thank you so much for your time here this morning, and we are wishing all the best to the Iconic Mass family, as well as all other band leaders in Tobago who are still doing that promotion, still having that registration going. This is your time to, you know, put your order up. Don't wait last minute, because you don't want all or international visitors or tourists to come secure their costume and you're left on the outside and you're right here in Tobago, and you could just give Dexter and the other band leaders a call. Guys, we're going to take a quick break right here and we'll be back after this. See you soon.
Let's go, go.
I send in a big, 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 big dirty bun for you.
Better than them.
And I have a big, 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 big dirty plan for you. So you better don't run. Come up on me, say don't run. Good morning, Bacchanal. How do you do? It's very critical. Talk to you, but it's a long, 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 long road. I'm going down, and I need some vitamin life. I stay strong. Bless me with Juve. Carnival is my time. I beat it road. We beat it road. I beat it road. We beat it road. When the spirit it, I beat it road. When the spirit it, I beat it road. What to do? Let me see how stick you could get. See how stick you could get. Let me see how stick you could. See how stick you could. See how stick you could get. Let me see how stick you could get. See how stick you could get. Let me see how stick you could. See how stick you could. See how stick you could get. Wet me down, 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 wet me down. Right now I overeat it. Wet me down, 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 wet me down. Right now I over.
Hair goals, we've got 'em. At S&R Hair Fantasy, we provide a wide variety of quality hair, the latest hair accessories, adult toys, skin lightening products, female underwear, and much more under one roof. Check us out on Shelbourne Street in Plymouth or call us at 317-0808. We're open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. S&R Hair Fantasy for queens who know exactly what they want.
Quartz is well known as the Caribbean's largest retailer, providing consumers for generations with the very best products to enhance their homes. This year, we bring our expertise to businesses. Quartz Business Solutions will serve small, medium, and large companies with the very best products at the most competitive prices, backed by warranties and after-sales support. Hoteliers, office managers, restaurants, and so many more. Quartz Business Solutions, a brand of the Unicomer Group.
The event of this century is here. AMPLIA. 100 years of excellence to honor the past and ignite the future. Saturday, September 30th at the Magdalena. The Centennial Gala, hosted by Bishop's High School, Tobago. An all-inclusive evening of entertainment, culinary delights, and timeless vibes. And at midnight, raise your glass as we welcome the next 100 years. Limited early bird tickets, $750. Secure yours at islandetickets.com. An all-white affair. One night, one century, one legacy.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
So guys, there are some new developments in housing in Tobago. So it's goat racing time. This is 116, the show that keeps you in the know with all things Tobago House of Assembly. Each week, 116 delivers a fun and engaging overview of the latest developments, achievements, activities, and events of our dynamic assembly. So join me. Let's dive into the Tobago House of Assembly's week in review right here on 116.
How it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up below. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below. this is your show.
It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor to wake up and hear my neighbor. 60,000 people strong, and the vibes is never wrong. We are beauty, we are power, we are people in the sun. We are beaches, we are rivers, we are melanated ones. We special and there is no denying. Tobago is number one. I am you and you are me. Together we stronger. Good morning, Tobago. Good morning.
Good morning and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. Now this morning we continue our conversations as this is the first Monday that our students are back out to school. This morning I have the privilege of speaking with Mr. Walter Stewart, who is the president of the National Parent Teachers Association of Trinidad and Tobago. Welcome to Tobago Updates.
Good morning, Miss Felix, is it? Good morning to you, and of course, good morning to your listenership in Tobago. I'm happy to be on.
Excellent. Now, you have made comments on what you deem to be extreme measures with officers being present at schools with assault rifles. Talk to us a bit about, number one, what do you think would have led to the government or the Ministry of Education making such extreme decision, and why you deem this to be, inappropriate at this time?
Sure. And again, good morning, and thank you for the opportunity to share this platform with you. There is a report, Ms. Felix, out of the Ministry of Education, which indicates to us that over 3 years, 2022 to 2025, over 21,000 students were suspended in our schools. A rough calculation indicates that that's about 180 suspensions per week. Inordinately, a large amount of our students were involved and had to be disciplined via this suspension matrix. In addition, the incidents of school indiscipline and school violence, in particular over the past academic year, all of us have this ubiquitous device called a cell phone, and we were made aware of the infractions at almost the stroke of a pen through social media. And when you look at the types and the incidents of school indiscipline, it is almost near fatal. Students are fighting, both male and female, like hardback, I'm being colloquial, like hardback men. And this was frightening, is frightening, and there had to be decisive, firm action taken in order to alleviate, eradicate even, what was the escalating violent situation taking place among our students. That is why we are in this particular position where we are in today, September 8th, now having to have as part of our arsenal in our school discipline matrix, the presence of police officers, referred to as school-oriented police officers.
Right, and have you heard from any of the teachers right now as to how they are feeling about this decision to have these officers present at the school?
Well, I've been speaking with educators, principals, and teachers in particular, and the vast majority of our educators are in full support of the presence of police officers. I want to emphasize, though, Ms. Felix, that this is supposed to be a temporary measure so that we continue to monitor what is taking place in our schools. And I really do mean monitor, because we are an AD wonder, an IND wonder, and we implement policy and procedures, which of course would last a short space of time, and then they just fall off the radar. Not with this particular initiative. We, as members of the National Council of Parent Teacher Association, will be placing great emphasis, great focus on the presence of the police officers, because we want an abatement of what is taking place in our schools via school indiscipline and school violence.
Right, and even from the perspective of the National Parent Teacher Association, what type of success measures are you looking for after the first 6 months of this project being implemented? Because the minister did say they would be reassessing to see if it is effective, if it's something that they want to do long term. From your perspective, what would you deem to be the success or failure of this initiative?
Well, in the first instance, a drastic reduction in suspensions, because the discipline matrix or the National Code of Conduct indicates that infractions are considered minor, major, and severe. And the major and the severe are the ones that we want to see drastic reduction in ASAP. And of course, as I said before, the National Council of PT will be monitoring these reports coming out of our schools. We have our members on the ground in all 8 education districts in Trinidad and Tobago, and they'll be monitoring the incidences of school indiscipline, school violence, school bullying, and report to us at the National Council of PTA level, the executive level, on an ongoing basis, weekly and monthly. So we are keeping our eyes on what is taking place, our eyes and ears on what is taking place, and we really want to see an abatement, a reduction, and eradication even what is taking place in our schools. Schools, Ms. Felix, are supposed to be, using a topical term, zones of peace, tranquility, safety, and security for all our students, so that they can go to school and learn well. They can go to school and where teaching and learning will take place.
But you indicated in a previous interview that you feel like the presence of these officers send a message that all students are criminals. Unpack that a bit for us and talk to us about the psychology behind that and why that may have a negative impact.
Now, you have to be careful with the perception. The perception given with armed police officers is that we are criminals, the students are criminals. And one doesn't want to stigmatize a particular school, and there are 50 schools here in Trinidad that would have the presence of police officers effective today. And one doesn't want to stigmatize for several reasons that that school has to be looked at because it's considered a high-risk school and there are police officers armed. It also traumatizes to some extent both teachers and students. The perception that they are armed police officers indicates that there's imminent danger, so that the stress level of the teachers and the students would rise because they are looking over their shoulders constantly in case something is on the horizon and something untoward is going to happen. So that the perception issue and of course the stress level of our students and of course our teachers, we can certainly do without with the presence of armed officers. I want to also make mention of the fact that if something is to happen, however, and the police officers are not armed, there'll be no time to say, let me go and look for lethal. Certainly. So we have now considered that option, and we are saying if there are armed officers at the schools, ensure that the firearm is concealed. I will go further, because up to this morning, the Minister of Education is also saying that there will be armed officers, yes, on the perimeter of the schools so that they would respond if and when the need arises.
Understood. And even in the case of balancing that safety, security, and reducing anxiety, what are some of the recommendations that the National Parent Teacher Association making to the Ministry of Education?
Right, very good question indeed. Well, the presence of police officers, Ms. Felix, is not a replacement of what presently obtains or exists in our schools with regards to school discipline. There is, and of course is now a revised version, there is a National School Code of Conduct, and each school has its own school discipline matrix. The presence of the police officers, therefore, is to enhance and to support what presently obtains with regards to the school discipline matrix. It is hoped that these same police officers can now train the cadre of present school safety officers and MTS officers so that they will have the same level of control, respect, and act as a deterrent so that our students will think twice because they know that the school safety officer is on board, the MTS officer is on board, they speak the same language when it comes to discipline, and that they can take the necessary action if called upon so to do. So it's really about monitoring the presence of the police officers.
Technical difficulty there in terms of audio and visual connection, but we hope to be reconnected with Mr. Stewart very soon. Now, the conversation we're having. Yes, you are back.
Am I back on? Yes, my apologies. Yeah, sorry about that. Yes, I was making the point that the training of the MTS officers and the school safety officers, but it's critical now with regards to ensure that we monitor the progress of this particular initiative.
Right. And, we've seen situations in the past, even here in Tobago, where students have gotten into physical altercations with the security at the school. And last year, I believe in Tobago, we even saw parents and students getting into altercations, even moving
My
forward.
apologies for that. Yeah, I'm having some issues here with my internet. Sorry about that. But go ahead, please, Ms. Felix.
Yeah, so as I was saying, we also saw issues where students and parents were getting into physical altercations. Moving forward, what is the national PTA doing to advocate, for parents, for the security at the school, even for the students as it pertains to those type of altercations? What are some of the mechanisms being put in place for discipline? I'm sorry that we're having a bit of an issue there.
Yeah,
were you able to catch that question that I
think
asked?
you were asking what measures are we putting in place, National Council of PTA now, to ensure that we can assist our schools which are considered or deemed high-risk schools? Is that the question?
Yes, especially where altercation with parents, security, and among students is concerned.
Could you hold on?
No problem. Guys, we're going to take a quick break right here and we'll be back right after this. See you soon.
It's a brand new
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Tobago Updates Television recognizes women in business. Every Thursday morning on The Morning Show, we engage with women-owned and operated businesses from right here in Tobago. We'll discover these women, their businesses, what inspired their business, their highs and their lows, and their encouragement to you. Join me, your host, Adana Kambi, this and every Thursday on The Morning Show from 7:40 a.m. as we celebrate and encourage women in business.
TNTech is pleased to advise that its Roxborough Service Centre has reopened. Starting Monday, 10th March, customers can once more visit the Roxborough Administrative Building to pay TNTech bills, request new connections, and more. TNTech, powering the nation into the next generation.
It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning as the passion start to rise. The energy fill the skies. I say thanks a favor to wake up and
Morning and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. I have been chatting with the National Parent Teachers Association President, Mr. Walter Stewart. Good morning and welcome back. Now, before we had a bit of a technical issue before we left off before the break, we were talking about some of the recommendations that the National PTA has been making to the Ministry of Education as it pertains to dealing with those altercations between students and parents, students and the security officers at the schools and among students. Talk to us a bit about that.
Before I answer, with 50. You there with me? You there?
Yes, I am here.
We start with 50 schools in Trinidad, and of course, THA under the Education THA Act, the fifth schedule. But eventually, I'm told by the DCP operations, Mr. Benjamin, that schools in Tobago would eventually be brought on board this particular initiative. What are we recommending, Ms. Felix? Basically, this is a reaction to a particular problem or challenge that we are having in our schools. We have to be proactive, and we have to put the emphasis, the focus, and the attention on the formative years of the child's education journey. When the child gets into school in the infant department, we want to ensure that there is a screening process for every child so that you understand the child's socioeconomic situation, the child's physical well-being, the child's adaptation to academia, etc. All those screenings, it will cost a lot of money, but look at the amount of money we are spending on the back end. We need to invest those funds on the front end, the formative years of the child, to understand and, of course, even to make home visits as well, so that the education sector is fully aware of the wherewithal of the child, is able to monitor, advise, and guide parents, teachers, and all responsible with regards to the child. Children don't wake up on a Monday morning and become indisciplined. It has to be a structured, there has to be therefore a structured approach to dealing with our children from the formative years. The NCPTA as well would ensure that we have regular sessions with our parents, parenting programs, parenting initiatives, so that the parent understands the important role that they have to play in the life of their children. These are some of the mechanisms and the measures we want put in place as a matter of urgency so that we can alleviate what is taking place with regards to the infractions in our schools ongoing.
Right. And since this new administration has come into governance, have you been able to have a conversation or a meeting with Minister Dowlat?
Oh, let me say that the minister, who himself was a former teacher and principal, is very engaging, and he understands the critical and important role that the parents must play in the education system. We did meet with him formally on the 8th of August. That was our first meeting since he came into office in June of in May, of 2025. We met with him on the 8th of August, and he is already putting measures and systems in place in order to bring the National Council of PTA on board with regards to several initiatives. As a matter of fact, a strategic planning committee has been set up between the National Council of PTA and the Ministry of Education so that we can work harmoniously in implementing and bringing on board initiatives towards a better, more effective and efficient education system in Trinidad and, of course, in Tobago.
Excellent, and I'm extremely happy to hear that. Now, even as we round off the discussion this morning, is there anything that you want to say to the parents and the teachers out there, even with the concerns of safety at the schools as it pertains to this new school year?
Well, first of all, to encourage our parents to get involved in the Parent-Teacher Association. It's a very active Parent-Teacher Association movement in Tobago under the ambit of the Tobago Region Parent-Teacher Association led by Mr. Joseph Lindo. They are doing a fantastic job. 90% of all the schools in Tobago are affiliated with the National Council of Parent-Teacher Association. We want to appeal to our parents to go out to your PTA meetings as and when they are called. More importantly, with regards to the security and the safety of our students, you need to train your children from the onset, from home. The parents are the first teachers. The school is really in the home. That's where we start. And you need to inculcate values, proper values, and moral and spiritual values into your children as to be able to relate to their peers and to ensure that the schools are zones of peace, schools are areas of tranquility, conducive to teaching and learning.
Totally understood. Well, again, Mr. Stewart, we want to thank you so much for being here this morning and all the work that you and the National PTA has been doing in and around the schools and your advocacy and connectivity with the ministry to ensure that you truly convey the sentiments of parents as it pertains to all children's safety, education, and overall well-being. Guys, unfortunately, this is where we end off our discussion this morning, but we want to thank you so much for being a part of this morning's discussions. Thank you for your likes, your shares, and your comments, and all that you have been doing and continue to do to make Tobago Updates the #1 broadcaster here on the island of Tobago. Again, I am your host, Chanel Felix, and have a great day.
It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning as the passion start to rise.